But you know what we know later, and this is something that I covered in the trial as well, you had all of these officers on scene. It looked like some major crime had gone down on our street. Neighbors were blocked from coming back to their homes for several hours, and those that were in their homes when this went down, APD said, stay away from the windows, don't look out the windows. That evening, I guess one of the things that they were told Stephen at 5:30 was they were in the process of getting a search warrant. They were going to come into our home. And this is really key. They're coming into our home because they believe there's somebody else in the house. This is what they told Stephen. And they wouldn't have the warrant probably for another hour or so. Stephen said to them on numerous occasions, 3-4 times, I will open the door, I will let you in. Oh no, you can't do that. I'll give you the code to the garage so you can go in through the garage. They would not take any of that. They said, we can't do that. So what they did was, they rammed the front door. They rammed
the front door.
Rammed it in.
I mean, here you are offering, I mean, of course, you know, a warrant is there if, you know, if they need it. But if you're opening your home to them and saying you have free access, they don't need a warrant.
No. And when you look at the warrant that was actually signed by the judge, 2 points to the warrant. They wanted first to identify the homeowner.
But you just already identified yourself.
And second, they had dropped papers inside the home and they wanted to retrieve them.
The police had dropped papers inside. See, the first one, they wanted to identify. You don't need a warrant to identify the owner of a home. In fact, usually when you get a warrant, you first had to find out who the owner of the house was.
Well,
it was also bogus.
Well, I think that they had moved into covering their backside mode.
Yeah. And they weren't letting you get access to the site at all, so you couldn't see what they were doing. Now, you say they dropped papers inside the home. Did you ever find out what that meant?
No. You know, I mean, why are you getting
Because it wasn't true.
Why are you getting a warrant to come into our home?
To get the papers you've apparently put there.
Exactly. Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. I've never heard of such a thing.
None of it made any sense.
And kind of just to back up a little bit, before, right in the heels of that officer telling us that Christopher was gone, I get a call on my cell phone from a friend within 5 minutes. And he's hysterical. He has just seen Christopher's picture on the news, the local television station. So they had time. When they left, they went to prep the story. So APD gave them the information before they gave us the information.
Right.
I think there's just something really wrong with this picture. And then as the evening wears on and they get the warrant, it becomes even more bizarre. The neighbors are telling us that the SWAT team is walking the perimeter of our house with one of those loudspeakers, calling out Christopher's name. Christopher Torres, come out of the house. Christopher Torres, come out of the house.
This is after they've shot him.
He's been...
After they've shot him and removed him. Yeah.
Well, actually, they removed him somewhere around 3-ish, is what our neighbors are telling us. So, you know, he was removed even when they're refusing to give Stephen any information. His body's gone. So when our friend tells us, well, you know, somebody's been transported to the hospital, well, yeah, he was transported to UNM, to the morgue.
So he was dead on the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, just to...
And just to follow up on how bogus the whole situation was, one of the vehicles that was here, at least one of the vehicles that was here, was a canine unit. And if they thought somebody was in the house, if they honestly thought somebody was in the house, all they had to do was send in the dog, and in 2 minutes the dog would have been able to come back and let them know there's nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
But no. They smashed down the door.
This door.
This door.
The front door.
He ransacked.
They ransacked the house. They ransacked the house. The closets.
Drawers.
Oh, they were just having a field day.
All in the context of going to serve an arrest warrant.
on somebody that wasn't even here anymore, and they knew it.